All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about something you've probably heard thrown around a lot: higher consciousness. Sounds kind of lofty, right? But what does it actually mean? And more importantly, how can we, actually bring it into our own lives? Let's unpack that.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck in your own head? Like your mind is this nonstop radio station of thoughts, worries, and to-do lists, and you just can't find the off switch? Yeah. If that sounds familiar, then you already know what it feels like to want something more. A little more clarity, a little more peace.
So that's exactly where we're headed. We're going to go beyond that everyday mental noise. What is this thing we call higher consciousness for real?
Well, at its heart, it's really an elevated state of awareness. Think of it like this. It's about shifting your whole perspective. You're moving beyond the constant day-to-day focus on your personal story, your problems, and that little voice inside your head we call the ego. Instead, you start to see and experience things from a much wider, more connected point of view.
So you can kind of break this down into three key pieces. First up, it's about getting free from the grip of the ego, that part of us that's always obsessed with I, me, and mine. The second piece is that this leads to a state of, heightened awareness, which brings a ton more clarity and peace into your life. And finally, the third part is about getting past that feeling of being separate from everything and everyone, and instead feeling a real deep connection to the world.
Okay, that all sounds amazing, right? But the big question is, how do we do it? How do we actually get there? Well, this is the practical part. This is the how-to. And it really all starts with three core foundational practices. So, here they are. The three pillars of this journey are meditation, mindfulness, and self-inquiry. Seriously, you can think of these as the fundamental tools in your toolkit. They're what you use to train your attention and start shifting your awareness away from that endless chatter in your head.
So let's start with meditation. A lot of people see this as the most direct route. And listen, it does not have to be some super complicated hour-long thing. You can literally start with just 10 minutes a day. And the goal? It's not to magically stop all your thoughts. No way. It's just to watch them. Let them come and go without getting totally swept up in the drama. Using your breath as an anchor is a fantastic way to do this.
All right, next up is mindfulness. And I love this one because it's kind of like meditation in motion. You can practice this anytime, anywhere. Like when you're eating your lunch, actually taste the food. When you're walking outside, feel your feet hitting the pavement. It's all about bringing your full, non-judgmental attention to whatever you're doing right here, right now. And number 3, self-inquiry. Now this can be a total game changer. It's the practice of just observing your own thoughts, almost like you're watching clouds pass by in the sky. You start to actually notice the mental stories you're constantly telling yourself, and then you can start to question them. The big aha moment here is realizing, wait a minute, I am not my thoughts. I'm the one who's aware of my thoughts. That is a massive shift.
Okay, so those three practices are super powerful on their own, but you can actually amplify their effects. You can supercharge them by making some simple shifts in your daily life. It's all about creating an environment where this kind of awareness can really grow and flourish.
I mean, think about it, right? When you spend time in nature, your mind just naturally gets quieter. When you choose to do things that uplift you, when you take care of your body, when you make an effort to be open-minded and practice compassion and kindness, all of these little choices add up. They support the whole journey. They create like the perfect fertile ground for your consciousness to grow. All right, I really want you to hear this next part because it's a super important mindset shift. It is so easy to think of higher consciousness as some final destination, like a trophy you win at the end. But it's way, way more helpful to see it as a continuous, ongoing journey.
Yeah, let this one sink in for a second. The journey is not about achieving a final, static state, but rather a continuous process. It's not a place you get to, it's a way you live. It's a constant unfolding. There's no finish line you have to cross. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. It's all about the growth, not about being perfect.
So, as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with a couple of questions, something to really reflect on. This is where you take all this information and make it personal.
So take a really honest look inside. What's hindering you? What's getting in your way? Is it a belief that you're holding on to for dear life? Is it a habit you just can't seem to shake? Maybe it's even a fear of what you might find if you look too closely.
Just notice what comes up. No judgment, just notice.
And that leads us to the final, and maybe most important question. Why are you letting it stop you? Now, that's not meant to be harsh at all. It's actually meant to be empowering, because it puts the choice and all the power right back where it belongs, in your hands. That's a really powerful question to sit with as you continue on your own journey.